Mindfulness Collective. This right here, right now. It's the joy of being a live stream. Comes to you live from Brooklyn, New York, folks. Delighted to be here with you. I can't believe we made it back for another round. How is it possible? I know not. What's going on, folks? Where are you at? What are you grateful for? Sorry for the delay to begin with here. Where are you at? I was just traveling this weekend Lithuania. And what are you grateful for? What am I grateful for? Dreams are very cool, I often find. Veg Noah, Pittsburgh. We were both in Pennsylvania yesterday. Went to visit some friends down there. Good times. Yeah. Ooh. Oh, forgive me. Underslept a little bit. Let's see here. Okay, we have Cat Letterbox from Zurich. Veg Noah's in Pittsburgh. Aaron's in Indiana. Warmer weather. We had 2 days of really, really warm weather. Like, amazing. Now it's back down to like 20. Grateful for being a member of Deep Mindfulness Community. Well, lovely. I'm so glad that you are a member. Lana, Sunday, and my cats. Lovely. Grateful for colors. That's the you're grateful for European colors. In America, we're you free. Okay, so folks, we're going to meditate here. Meditate here for 25 whole minutes. I was trying to figure out today let me check my list if there's things that I have to do for the that I have listed that I have not yet done. Oh, I have listed here what our meditation is for today. Oh wait, maybe. Uh-oh. I see. Oh, sorry, I'm not signed in. Okay, I have a list for what we're supposed to do today. Maybe. I'm not sure if that's what we're supposed to do. Just real quick, 1 second. Nope. I actually don't have a thing listed for today. So I have to either come up with something that we've never done before or do something special here. Special that you request. So I'm sure I can come up with something, but if you have a special request, please feel free to let me know what you would like me to do a meditation on. I was thinking about re-recording an intro to kind awareness, but I feel like everyone's done that already, so maybe you don't want to do that. I also I want to start recording little talks that explain the techniques before the techniques, because I feel like I give them to people and they're like, I'm doing this, and they're a little confused. And my camera is really good at freezing right now. Okay, is this just me, or are PCs just really glitchy? They just glitch and glitch and glitch and glitch. I keep upgrading my PC, being like, okay, this will do it, and then it's like, anyway. So what's the point of it all? Let's meditate here, folks. I'm going to encourage you to stay still for the duration of the sit, unless you have an urge to move, in which case I want you to move slowly and mindfully. I would have you commit right now. How long would you like to stay for the meditation? If you decide in the middle, you're likely to change your mind, and that fidgety, I'm going to get out of here quality will be following you throughout the day. Whenever you want to do a thing, you will be pulled in another direction. I think the last thing we did on the stream was some weird sort of, we were doing this whole series of like kind of mystical schmystical things. I'm fine doing that kind of stuff if you want. Or I could just make it up as I go. If folks have requests for what you want to meditate on, let me know. Otherwise, I will make it up as I go. If you're new to meditation or new to the stream, very important, just let me know now. I'll make it a lot easier. a lot more straightforward. Maybe not any easier, but more straightforward if I know you're not familiar with me, not familiar with my techniques, that kind of thing. Let's see. I'm leaning towards a kind awareness meditation today. So let me explain. And these are the kind of things I want to start recording before the guided meditations, because I want to start putting these out as their own like little block series. Kind awareness meditation is one where first we find contact with awareness. What is the experience of awareness? So right now you can do a little experiment. In front of you, take in the volume of space that's in front of you as one big chunk of experiencing. Just you sort of need to use your periphery to do this. And in order to do that, oh, hello. Oh, Cheryl. Cheryl Wilfong. Welcome. Good to see you here, Cheryl. I think you had a question. So, Cheryl, I know that you're new and you're also in the class. Oh, and we're frozen again. Excellent. This is a very advanced, expensive piece of equipment here that likes to freeze on camera all the time. So, welcome. Of course, Dave beat me to it. Thank you, Dave, so much. We have a special way of welcoming people who are new, and anyone who is part of the community knows this and always participates every time. Thank you for joining us here, Cheryl. Great to see you. Okay, let us describe how we'll talk about kind of awareness. First, we need to take in awareness. So take in the space, the volume in front of you, right? You can't do that without some kind of awareness. Not the laser of the mind, but the lantern of the mind that opens spatially, right? The next thing is we're going to treat that awareness. We're going to recognize the nature of that awareness, which is that it's welcoming. It doesn't need anything to be different. Whatever comes into awareness is completely welcome. It could be something painful or something enjoyable, and it doesn't matter. It just comes into awareness in the same way. Okay? This is the nature of awareness. It is welcoming. So we're then going to add this little twist where we're almost treating that awareness as though it were a being or a person or a persona. We're sort of giving it a almost animistic quality, as though it were an identity or a person, right? And that person, if we imagine this was a being or a sort of entity, some kind, just making that up, imagining that space in front of us was, notice that its nature is so incredibly welcoming. That's its personality. And what an incredibly kind way to relate to me. I don't need to be different in any way. I don't need to show up and do anything. I could just be exactly who I am. At this moment, I don't need to get anything done. I don't need to be a good meditator. I don't need to grow or change or, have a better job or be accepted in society. This kind awareness just is completely okay with who I am as I am. Amazing. And so relating to it, so there's a relationship here as this sort of incredibly kind space that is just welcoming us all the time. That's what I would describe as kind awareness. Now, eventually, like any meditation objects, you're going to go through the 4 phases. First phase is you first just notice it. You just notice that kind awareness, right? Second is you start to befriend that sensation. You're like, oh, I recognize you. I know what you're like. I know what you feel like. Third is you're able to abide in that. It feels like a kind of home. We want to be leaning in that direction. You want to be leaning towards like, oh, maybe I could rest here. Maybe I could come back to this over and over again. Maybe I could see this as a place where I could, have refuge, right? And then fourth, through doing that over and over again, it becomes part of our DNA. And this is where we get into where this becomes a trait. And this is actually where we transition from it is an experience we are visiting to recognizing that it is actually our nature. So what we get to over time is not kind awareness is a thing we are visiting. We realize this is my nature. This is actually me. It is my nature to be this kind, spacious, welcoming experiencing. That is the sort of progression of how kind awareness works. So that's what I want to record. That's what I want to put down. I know I just did record it, but you know what I'm talking about. So for the audio recordings, I want to make that little talk there so that people can hear it. And maybe make that into a series, like we go sort of piece by piece through each one of those with little meditations to bump you along the process. Amuse Day says, how long does it take to recognize fully that it is our nature? It's going to depend on each person, depends on how much you do it, depends on how frequently you return back to it. You can I think that the more you stay in stage 3, which is abiding, the more you start to realize, like, how could I possibly have contact with this unless this is actually who I am? Like, I can't know and experience without it actually being at least partially my nature. So then you start to realize, like, oh, maybe it's my nature to recognize this. Then it goes into, well, maybe it's actually just me. Maybe that's who I am, is I am that kind of awareness. This gets into a tricky question. This is like what the class is like. I'm just fully like going off into a tangent before we meditate. This is tricky because in Buddhism there is this tension or this question around identity and non-identity, self and non-self. The premise is we do want to have the flexibility to be able to let go of self entirely, and we always reform. We always come back to some shape, and that shape is often referred to as an identity, and we can refer to it. It's the one that will protect, the one that feels just a little bit annoyed every time I freeze up, since I've spent so much time and energy setting up this whole system. It is whatever self or self-like entity is occupying this seat of consciousness. It's Johanna Wise is now following. Johanna, welcome to the stream. Cheryl is an old-time member of the stream. Cheryl knows how this stream works. So Cheryl, along with everyone else here, is about to welcome you in our traditional way that we like to welcome all of our new folks every time they join. Thank you for joining us here. The person who just followed, then the name has escaped me. Thank you so much. If you say something in the chat, we'll know who it is. So welcome. And we'll listen to Cheryl's thing, and then we're going to meditate. What does Cheryl have to say? I'm going to have the computer read it because it's likely to read it more accurately than I will. Okay. Cheryl says the following. Oops.
A positivity usually arises within a few minutes of sitting to meditate. Somewhere around my heart. It used to be the thymus. At the moment, it's on the left side. I try to feel it throughout my body. Down the arms into the hands is easy. Then up the neck, into the face. Sometimes down toward the root chakra. Then the feet begin to tingle.
Yeah, wonderful. So that is a Johanna Wise. Johanna Wise. Johanna? Thanks for being welcomed. So what you're describing is wonderful. Do not deny that. It's a little different than what I'm describing as kind awareness, right? So, and I can get into it, but I'll give you a very brief version that we can talk about. If we talk about the 4 foundations of mindfulness, you're describing something that's a first foundation insight, and I'm describing something that's a third foundation insight. Not that it's better, just that it's different, and one is bodily and the other one is in awareness. So if you have those bodily experiences, lovely, enjoy those, let's do it. Wait a minute, we have another first-time chatter here jumping in. Smorales Jr. Lovely to be here with you guys. This is like what a momentous time to be here. Great to be here with you. Thank you for joining us, Morales. Happy to finally jump on the stream after a week-long retreat at IMS. Okay, so folks, anyone who's here who's new, if you don't have Discord, I'm going to encourage you to get and download Discord right now. I'll put a link in there, and it'll probably ask you to prompt you to either download Discord or use the webpage. That's how we're going to chat after. So if you want to chat, if you want to get your voice so we can actually talk to each other, which is how we get into the deep side of things, you're going to have to download that. So we're meditating just a second here, but if you start that download process and sign up and all that stuff, that's how we actually chat in the chat. So folks, find a nice comfortable position. We'll be practicing for 25 minutes, and I'm going to encourage you to find that nice, still, comfortable position before we begin. And if you're ready, here we go. Oh, I see. Beep up, up, up. Let's see what happens when we do this. Here we go, folks. Beginning by taking a few comfortable deep breaths. Just feeling the body rise and fall. Each time we begin a meditation, we begin with the momentum of all of the previous moments. So feeling that formation of all of your previous life decisions and all of the effects of the things that you were out of control with, all of the environmental effects. All of your biology, all of your cosmology. In this moment, we can't possibly find the origin of each of these, but we can tell the result. The result of all of these countless forces is this particular moment. So we'll begin by physically relaxing the body, and as we do, I'd like you to notice each of these sections of the body in relation to the whole. So as you relax the top of the head and relax the eyes, of course notice the details of these sensations, but if you can, notice them in the totality. There's the sensations of the face relaxing, but noticing that as part of all of your experiences, one general collection. Relaxing the back of the tongue, letting the jaw go slack, no need to hold it closed. Relaxing the neck and the shoulders, the upper arms, the elbows, forearms, wrists, and relaxing the hands. Letting go of any attempt to control the breath, just letting the body breathe as it will. And noticing the natural tightening and relaxing of the upper chest and upper back as the breath comes and goes. Relaxing the belly and the lower back. Relaxing the hips, the upper legs, the knees and calves. Relaxing the ankles and the feet. And now relaxing all of the body together. Nothing specific, just relaxing everywhere, all at once. as we relax the entire body, allowing awareness to begin to take in the totality of our experiences, to take in the whole. Remember, as we allow mind to melt into the totality, we're not expanding our view. We're not trying to take the middle of our experience, the zoomed in mind, and make that zoom expand. We're just letting the mind take a soft snapshot of everything that's easy to perceive in this moment, not trying to add more and pack more into the whole. It's simply whatever is occurring in this particular moment. That is the constellation of this set of sensations. And see if you can let go of doing as much as possible. We are truly, truly overdoing most of the time we meditate. So notice if you just don't do anything at all, the mind will either bounce around from sensation to sensation, or it'll simply take in a big chunk of our experience. So there's a tiny bit of efforting, maybe 1 unit out of 100 units of doing. That's just gearing ourselves towards the more open version. And of course, when we let go of doing, sometimes we become distracted. That's okay, just including the experience of distraction in the general totality. So in a non-doing practice, we are neither meditating nor distracted. The less efforting we apply, the more nuance we can notice. Now seeing how little doing we can engage in, simply noticing that the nature of this awareness, this totality, is one that is purely welcoming. It's as though the mind were like a mirrored sphere, whatever comes in contact with awareness. Awareness doesn't fight that experience, it just is aware of it. as though this awareness were a kind of cloud entity that had almost a personality or a way of being, noticing that that personality, if we view it in that way, is extremely welcoming to us. It doesn't need us to be any different. It doesn't need any experience to be any different. In this way, this soft cloud entity, its nature is that it's very gentle, kind, holding whatever experience is occurring with a kind of nurturing kindness. This may not be something we feel in the body, or maybe we feel some reverberation in the body, that's fine, but the object itself is simply this nature. The nature of this kind awareness to hold, to gently be with whatever arises. In this way, this kind awareness becomes like a kind of caretaker. Sort of cosmic warmth. Time we do a practice like this, we will either feel that this is available, it's part of our experience, and often if it is available, it can function like a kind of cloud that passes through any experience. It's not just in front of us or around us, it passes through the body. This awareness passes through objects and experiences. Whatever experience feels solid or contained, this awareness can just be within that. No problem at all. If something feels solid, well, the sense of that volume can be permeated with this awareness. And of course, at times the mind will drift to something else, but knowing this awareness, simply letting it pass through whatever sensation is arising. either know this experience directly. In a sense, it feels like this experience is part of us, within us, around us. Or we might feel disconnected from it. We're struggling and it feels like we are separate from that experience. It is not in us, around us, within us. But often we have some sensory memory, an experience that we've had that knows this phenomena. So our perspective would change. It would be as though we are reaching out towards this unknown, something we don't have palpable access to in this moment. But that we know from experiential memory. So if we're doing this, if we're feeling separate from that kind awareness, not a problem. Just another shape of nature. We're going to reach out, but I'm going to encourage you to reach out in all directions, not just in front of you. And this is quite similar to something like prayer, where we feel separate from something important and spacious, and so we're using faith to reach out beyond our edges. So either one is fine, either one is natural. If we're separate, what are we separate from? Do we feel alone? That's because some part of us knows what it could feel like to feel connected. It's the thing that that alone part yearns for. Or we feel held and connected to this wonderful, spacious, kind awareness. Either one is good. Both are simply expressions of nature. Feeling that perhaps this kind awareness is like a home, a place we could rest. Perhaps even feeling like it's more than just a home, it's woven into the fabric of our nature. We recognize it not only like a long-lost friend, like some piece of ourself that perhaps we lost contact with. Something important. An aspect of ourselves that knows freedom and kindness deeply and equally. If we're practicing with the eyes closed, perhaps considering allowing the eyes to open and to rest on a single point that is not a screen and not text. Letting the spaciousness of seeing expand the spaciousness of this kind awareness. Letting that kind awareness space mix with the space of our body, the space behind us, around us. Noticing this gentleness. This soft way this awareness holds and even potentially heals. Staying with the practice, staying with this kind awareness. I'm going to encourage you to begin to let the eyes look around whatever space you're in, only moving at the speed that you can stay in contact with this nature of this awareness. And in this way, letting this particular moment be the great teacher that shows us how we might bring this practice into every aspect of our life. Okay, so allow yourself to stretch while I allow myself to fix the camera. Excellent. Okay. Whoa. So what was that like? Frozen again. Very impressive camera. I wonder how many seconds it takes for this thing to freeze. This is another reason to switch to OBS. Okay, folks, really? That fast, huh? Okay, well, folks, hit me in the chat. What happened? What was that like? What do you like now? Or if you want to jump on Discord and chat by voice, I can answer questions more succinctly. I feel like I should just have a happy face so that when I freeze in like 5 seconds, it'll... Or I could just stay frozen and pretend that I'm not frozen. Okay, anyway. Folks, let's get this party going. Let's pop open this bottle of Discord chat. Okay. Okay, there we are. Feel free to join me in Discord. And oh, I'm nice and frozen. Cat letterbox. I agree. This is very lol centric. I don't know if it's the program or something else. Although it does, I do notice every once in a while it freezes on Zoom. That has been happening. I wonder. Anyway, I wonder if you can update. It's so weird because none of this stuff happens on Macs. Maybe other stuff happens that I don't notice at this point, but it just doesn't happen. What is it? Oh, Cam Link, that's what it's called. Okay, maybe I have to update the drivers on my Cam Link. This is so weird. I don't understand. Okay, so folks, hit me with what experience was like. What happened? What do you like now? I'm over here in the Discord if you want to ask a question. I'm fully frozen. I'll unfreeze myself as frequently as possible. I don't know. Oops, that's the wrong camera. Hey, that one's unlikely to freeze because it's just a field of gray. What was that experience like? What happened? What do you like now? And oops, I jumped to the wrong place in Discord. Okay, Elgato HD4 capture utility. There, no. I don't understand it. I don't understand why this would happen. Okay, folks, no one is here in Discord. I don't see anyone in the chat. You got to hit me with something, or else I got nothing to respond to. Questions, comments, queries, challenges, or life concerns. I can't imagine that people don't have life concerns. Elgato Camlink 4K. That's what I got. It says has no driver since it's a UVC device. Great meditation as always. Well, thank you very much. I'm glad you enjoyed the meditation. Hit me with what else? What else you got, folks? Okay.
That's your Elgato.
Okay. We're going to watch a video if no one's... Okay. Cat Ladderbox says, feels spacious. Grateful for these little imperfections of technology. Yeah, me too. Oh, we have a few comments here that I somehow missed. I'm not connected to Discord. Anyone on Discord? There's no one on Discord now, but if you want to ask a question, I am on Discord. So download it, sign up, jump on over, and then we'll go from there. Sal says, this was tough for me. Thank you for acknowledging it might be difficult for some of us. Yeah, you always want to, in a sense, if we feel divided from the process, that means we are apart, we are separated, and so you want to then work from there. If we feel we're sort of melting with that totality, lovely. That's another experience also within nature. I'm not connected to anyone on Discord. Well, you can connect it to me, and we can chat, and I can answer any questions. How about that? Okay. Amused Dave says, learning to abide in it was more and more. Yeah, that's exactly it. First, we see it, we notice it, and then we start to say, wait a minute, I could rest here maybe in a more real, permanent way. Aaron B has something long enough that I'm going to let the computer do the heavy lifting. Even that short little thing from Cheryl I misread, so here we go. This is from Aaron.
I feel like I'm getting more moments of expansive kind awareness in daily life without really trying to.
Great.
Like I'm getting glimpses of what it could be like to abide in kind awareness as you described. That feels especially strong today.
Cha-ching. Amused Dave says,
Noticing way better my parts in kind awareness, and it's big relief when you are in it.
That's my Discord. Anytime you want to get the Discord link, you just put !D and it pops right in there. Hop on over. Cheryl, I know that you had a question, so I want to answer that question. Excellent. What else, folks? What else is coming up for you? Where is this? Oh, this is the tab. Okay.
Welcome to ARC AV, your online read to get the best performance. More information on with the portable HDMI cap and USB 3.0.
Watching a tutorial.
It's meant to be plug and remix. I know it could take a few minutes and then the image freezes, or it could. I've tried a few, but it seems to be reoccurring on Skype and Zoom. So I knew it could be a problem with the device itself. Now I have to leave between the two pieces as well.
Okay,
so I knew it wasn't a problem with the cam link itself, but it could be a problem with maybe a driver or something like that. So if you own an Elgato cam link or any other USB 3.0 HDMI capture device, you might be encountering this problem as well. So if you have been encountering an link is a USB 3.0 device, CamLink and other capture devices uses a lot of data and bandwidth to capture video in HD and 4K, so it's a bit choosy about other things sharing the same USB bus.
Okay. Cheryl. Okay, if anyone knows how to support Cheryl on that, it says I need a 4-number suffix. I don't know what that means. Powered USB hub that might resolve it for me. It's into the capture card. It's crazy. Okay. And this is very exciting for people. Cheryl, I'm very sorry if you're having a hard time connecting here with Discord. 4-letter. I don't understand. Maybe just sign up for an account, put your username or whatever in there, and then let's see if I follow this as a web address. Continue to Discord. Channel, did you know, blah blah blah. It sort of connects right up for me, so I'm not sure. So okay, sorry if that is the case for you. Beep 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 beep. But maybe that is the idea. Discord usernames are weird. It's not just a username. It has a number appended at the end. I think that's what they mean by suffix. Okay, so add 4 numbers. I'm not sure what 4 numbers, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's give that a try, or all 6s or something, and see if that's. I haven't signed up for in a while, so mine is just deep mindfulness. So maybe I got grandfathered in, but see if that works. Just add some numbers to your username, and we'll see. Oh yeah. Do they assign? Yeah. So you might need to sign up and see what happens when you sign up. There you go. There's mine. Janusz DMC. Auto assign. Yep. There you go. Look at my skeptical frozen face. Thank you so much there, Smarlass Jr. Very, very helpful. Okay. So folks, I'm going to wait here for a minute because I want to make sure Cheryl has a few moments to try to sign on. I'm going to watch the rest of this video. Folks, if you need to go, we love you. Thank you so much for being here. As always, we're going to be back here in fewer than 48 hours to meditate again, practice, do stuff, hang out. Great. So hop on to Discord and at the link that I mentioned if you're signed up, and you should be able to pop into that room that I'm in. I wonder if I can invite. Try this. No results found. I don't think we're, yeah, you're not in this stage right now, so I'll try to share it again. Okay, so I'm again try maybe this link. It might be a different link, but try that one. See if that's any different. Thank you, folks, for helping Cheryl. I want to make sure I get Cheryl's question going here, if possible. It's always a little bit of a technological bump the first time. Don't sweat it. This is normal stuff. I'm going to finish this video. Thank you, folks, for being here. If you got to run.
What this means is, for every USB port in your computer, it might be served by 1 or 2 different buses. So in general, if you're using a desktop computer, the USB ports on the back are served by 1 USB bus, and the ports on the front are running another USB bus. If you're using a laptop computer, the same rules apply on the left and on the right side of the computer. Well, so you got to make sure that there's nothing else sharing the same USB bus as the cam link or your other capture devices.
Wait a minute. So this guy is saying that the entire back of the computer, all of the USB devices are on one bus. And so I can't plug the Elgato into the back of my computer. It's insane. Okay.
This includes USB hubs, keyboards, or mice. Step number 3, disable the Windows 10 USB selective suspend setting.
Okay, I just want to complain here for a second. This is really insane. The premise is you cannot use this device, this capture device, or any USB 3 device and plug it into the front or back of your computer if you have a keyboard or a mouse or another video capture device or anything else. You have to have a totally dedicated bus just for this one thing. You don't just have to have the thing, pay the $100 to have the thing to plug into your computer. You have to have the entire computer dedicated to just capturing the video. Okay.
I'll show you how to do that right now. For Windows 10 machines, the system will try to automatically power down some of your USB devices when it's not in use. This is a step to try to conserve energy to save power for your system.
Okay.
But unfortunately, this messes up with some of our USB devices, just like the capture card. So how do we change this setting? I'll show you right now. So if you hop over to Windows Central, they have an article about how to disable the Windows 10 USB selective suspend setting. So basically, after going through this article, I figured that you can enter the control panel and device manager of your PC and turn off this setting for your individual ports. So what you need to do is you need to go into control panel, go to hardware and sound, and under power options, you select change power saving, and you go to change plans.
Slow down there. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out, folks. Even though this is, do you know what I should do? I'm sorry. First of all, oh, there's Cheryl. Let's get to Cheryl. Well, there's Aaron B. Okay, so Aaron, you're here on Discord, hanging out, listening in. I'm trying to fix my computer while we're waiting for Cheryl to pop on the stream in the exact room that you're in right now. And so if you want to chat, go ahead and raise your hand in this room, and I'll happily answer any questions you got here. Cheryl says, let's see. Once upon a time, after a retreat, I had 30-minute experience of loving awareness. In rush hour traffic, the slogan I use to remind myself of that is the 1978 disco song, "Love is in the Air." Lovely. I'm glad to hear that. It's a lovely process. Oh, Aaron decided they were not interested, so therefore friends pending. Yes, you're now a friend. Cheryl, so I'm going to invite you to this server, and I think that's the key. Maybe you need to be part of the server first. I don't know. How does this work? Try this link, and then from there we'll go to the other link. I would never feel like I make such weird faces, and now I'm like amazed. Okay. There you are. Wait, it's a video call. This is a different, so I'm going to ask you to, oh, you know what? I should have said yes, because then it's fine. We don't need to do it in here. Okay, let's try this again. Cheryl Wolf. Hello, am I audible? Hey, can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Okay,
can you hear me?
Yes, perfectly. Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I can perfectly. So I'm gonna have you, if you don't mind shutting off video, because it's probably gonna just bandwidth wise, it's gonna take up a lot of space. Great. Okay, Cheryl, thank you so much for all of your effort getting all the way over here. How are you?
I'm well.
Good. There's a weird echo with the Discord. I'm not sure.
Oh, yes, I'm okay. Yeah, no, I'm in the room with Discord. Let me go away from that. I mean, I'm in the room with Twitch, so let me go away from that.
Okay.
Okay.
So we're just going to go ahead and end that room since we are the only ones. Oh, wait, Veg Noah's in there. No, Veg Noah's listening to music. Okay. I'm going to end this room. Exit quietly. Great. Okay, so hopefully there's not a weird echo. Okay, so what's up? How can I be helpful? Uh-oh, did I lose Cheryl? Did I hit a button? Hey, I think I lost you there. You still there?
Yeah, I'm still here. Yeah.
Okay, great. Sorry about that. I hit a button, made a mistake. So, how can I be helpful?
So I think I'm having it to sort of personify the kind of awareness.
Mm-hmm.
That's not how it.
Yeah.
That's not my experience yet.
Great. That's not a problem. It's also like I'm sort of getting very technical in why I say that. And it's one version of how to talk about this. So it doesn't have to necessarily feel personified. It's more that we have a relationship to it. It's as though, like, how is it kind that this space is welcoming? Like, why is that kind? If it's because lots of things are welcoming. Like a garbage, container is welcoming. Whatever you put in it, it just takes. But basically, it's like partially it's relating like the welcoming nature of awareness and realizing like I don't have to be different here. It's not asking me to do or be anyone whatsoever. And that's sort of a bit of a shift where we go, that is such a considerate way of being. What a kind way of being. And that's when you get into this place where it's sort of like more like a persona than it is a just a noun. But you don't have to worry about it being a person or a thing, a person, etc. It's in a way I'm trying to explain, like, why would this thing be kind? Why would its welcoming nature be kind? Because the vacuum of space is very welcoming, but we don't treat it that way. So that's part of the premise.
Right. I mean, it sort of sounds like you're headed toward the divine. I understand. I've heard stories of people experiencing divinity, and that's just not my experience yet. It's it feels like metta feels objectless and expansive and
great,
boundless.
Great,
no boundaries.
Perfect. Well, that sounds like you're in the right range. I think the thing is that more popular metta and loving kindness is very bodily. You feel like warm, fuzzy feelings, and it's like lovely, and there's nice emotions which come along with it. And this is much more around awareness itself, that its nature is this sort of kind, welcoming, healing sort of quality. I don't know if that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, yes. That does make sense. It doesn't always. I'm not always aware of that.
Mm-hmm.
It's sort of a certain, I'll say, level of awareness, but don't hold me to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's. I'm sort of more aware of the expansive nature of awareness rather than the aliveness, the yes, love and caring is there, but it's not so feelingful.
Yep, so don't worry about the feeling quality. We're really looking at that kindness, that it is welcoming and doesn't need to me to be different in any way whatsoever. And so it's just like, of course,
Yes.
like it sort of has this relationship to me and to everything. It's like, of course.
Yes, yeah.
Great, that's what you're going for. And the persona thing is, I wouldn't worry about it, because it's in a way it's a step along the path, because eventually you realize, oh, this is me. This is actually my nature. Yeah.
Yes, right. Okay, thank you.
And that answers your question?
And, yeah, thanks for bearing with me as I'm learning to use Discord
not at all.
here.
Thank you. It feels like a big lift at the beginning, but it's great to have you on.
Okay, thanks.
Awesome. Okay.
Bye-bye.
All right, bye. Okay, wonderful, folks. Okay, I'm going to keep working on this tech stuff. If folks want to hang out and chit-chat, that's fine. I wish the Discord... we can just open a Discord channel. Anyway, if anyone wants to chat, Aaron, if you want to jump on the Discord, I can reopen the window and we can chat. I'm happy to actually just jump into a room. I think we had it so you couldn't just jump into a room. What's in the music space? There's no music here. For one point, we're going to have music playing in the music room. So right now, just to keep things simple, is this simple? If anyone wants to just jump in and chat at any point, I'm right here. It's like fully open channel. Don't spam me if you can. And then we'll go from there. You can just jump in and chat. And at the same time, I'm going to watch this video to try to fix my ding-dang computer.
Settings. Options, you select change power saving, and you go to change plan settings. So in here
we go.
You have to go to change advanced power settings. So once you're in advanced power settings, it'll bring you to this little pop-up. You scroll down and look for USB settings and open up USB selective suspend setting here and make sure
Well, it says disabled already.
that this setting is disabled. So if you click on this, there's a drop down menu. You just make sure that you select disable,
Well, yeah, it's already
apply,
disabled.
and OK.
Why do I
So
have
once
to
you've done
apply
this, you can
anything?
double check your settings by going into the device manager. So device manager,
Wait. It's already set that
scroll
anyway.
all the way down and you'll see a universal serial bus controller over here. So what you need to do is go through each and every one of these. You right click, go to properties,
Holy shit.
and on the power management tab, make sure that this box allow the computer to turn off this device to save power. Make sure that this checkbox is unchecked, right? Then go ahead to click OK. You have to do that for every single one of these USB devices, and once you're done with that, you can
What? It's like such a huge amount of work for no reason. This is okay, whatever. I'm just going to stop being annoyed. Let's see here. Make sure I'm not like bumping up against some other thing. It's funny that you guys are hanging out. I've thought about doing like a whole co-working thing before. I thought that might be fun, but maybe at some point we can do that. It seems like it could be fun. That's not what I wanted. Wait, it has to be unchecked.
You just go ahead to close this and restore these checked, right? Then go ahead to click.
Oh my god, you have to do every one by an, okay, sure, fine. Wait, do I have to reopen the whole panel every time? Okay. It's like, holy shit. NFTs. I have heard of NFTs. I mean, I guess I basically understand what they are, but I don't understand how I could ever possibly navigate them in order to, like, actually make money. I'm sure there's some way to make money in there, but I don't. It seems like just complete speculation and just following, like, well, other people see this is popular and it seems like it's rising at the moment, so maybe I'll just pay attention to it. Like, I just can't even imagine how I would begin to reasonably be like, I want to invest my money without it being like a total like universe of guessing. This should be
Okay, you have to do that for every single one of these USB devices. After you've made changes to the settings, be sure to hit apply and OK. After which you just restart your PC and launch your Camlink in your vMix or OBS. So far, I've never had any issues with the image freezing ever since. So this fix definitely works. So for the record, I've never actually encountered this problem on my Mac. So when I used the Camlink on my MacBook Air, there were no image freezing problems in OBS. However, if you do encounter this problem on your iMac or your MacBook Pro, just ensure that you have set the laptop's or computer's power management settings to the high performance mode, and as well as manage the USB buses as well. So if your Camlink is going on one side of your laptop, make sure that nothing else is plugged in on that side. And
that's so crazy that you can't have anything else plugged on that side of your... I can't even imagine like what that means. I have to maybe install a separate bus for just the Camlink. It's so insane. I'm not even going to do that part. I'm just going to do the second thing that he said. Hopefully it stops things once I restart the computer. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. What webcam do I have? I have a Canon 90D, 90D as my webcam. The key is that it's going through a capture. You can't use a DSLR as a webcam unless you have a capture card. So that's the general breakdown. So it's going through a capture card. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, other things I need to work on since I'm here doing co-working. I probably need to take the puppy for a walk is what I need to do. Yeah, I need to go pretty soon. In like 5 minutes. Okay. I guess that's it. I don't know what else to do here with this, with these settings. It's many streamers have DSLRs. It's like if I was like, oh, I have a Lamborghini because I need the car to go really fast, and someone were like, you should consider a bicycle because they're definitely simpler. It's like other people have solved this problem, so this is a solvable problem, but I'm using a really good camera because it looks really good. I can show you what a webcam would look like. I don't even know if one is connected right now, but they look bad. So let me see if this is a bus sharing. So, all right, guys, great to see you. Let's end the stream. What the heck, folks? At this very moment, take a moment to take in your current environment. Allow that kind of awareness to expand to the size of the music, the listening, the body, everything all at once. And let this moment be the way Great to chat with all of you as well. Let this moment be the particular way that you learn how to bring this practice into every aspect of your life. Folks, as always, have fun, practice well, take care of each other, and we'll see you all very, very soon. Bye.